In this video, we're going to learn how to create and edit terrain. So to start, we just select the terrain tool over here, and then we can just leave it as the default resolution and press the create button. And this will create a terrain for your scene. And let's get a material on there right away so we can see it better. Let's see, ground, and let's pick soil ground. Okay, that'll be good. So the tool up here, you can select the terrain tool to use up here. We have sculpt, paint, smooth, flatten, and the vegetation tool, which we'll talk about later. The sculpt tool does what you would expect. You just click the mouse and drag it over the terrain, and it starts adding hills to the terrain. If you hold the control key, then it will actually lower the terrain. So you can raise and lower the terrain. If you hold the Alt key, then when you click, you can move the mouse up and down to raise and lower it very precisely. That's using the Alt key. Let's take a look at the paint tool. We really need another layer here, so let's see what we have. Grass, that'll work. Okay, so now when the paint tool is selected, we can just click and drag it like this, and it will just paint that material, whatever the selected material is, onto the terrain. Let's take a look at the smooth tool. This will just smooth out an area, so you can use this to smooth any jagged areas you have. And if we increase the radius a bit, you can see the effect it has a little bit better. Let's increase the strength so it works faster. And you can see how that just smoothed everything out. I need another hill here to demonstrate this. Okay. Now the flatten tool is interesting. Wherever the first point you click on, whatever the altitude is, it will just raise all the terrain to match that. So this is really good for making mesas and cliffs. Now there's a sample terrain environment here that you can download in the Downloads Manager. You need to be logged into your Leadwerks.com account. If you don't have one, then you can register one at leadwerks.com/community. It's free, and that will allow you to install all the sample scenes. So I'm going to open this this scene called Height Map. And this is just a terrain with a height map that was created in a program called L3DT and imported into the scene. And I want to show you how you can very quickly apply material layers to this to make it look good. So our first layer is we're going to use, let's see, soil ground 22. And all these materials are included in if you install the sample scene. That's our base layer, and we don't have to do anything else there. And then we want to go to rock and rock wall 01. Okay, and then before I apply it or paint it anywhere, I want to set the UV scale to 4 for this because I want it to appear bigger. And then I want to set the minimum slope to 45. And that way it will only appear on slopes between 45 and 90 degrees. And with those in place, now let's press the fill button. And now all of our steep slopes have this rock applied to them. Now let's add a grass layer. And let's see, that's going to be in ground, sparse grass. And before I apply it, I want to set the maximum slope to 15. And that means the grass will only appear on slopes between 0 and 15 degrees, so it'll appear on the flatter areas. So let's fill that in. Nice. Okay, and finally I want to add some snow. And I only want that to appear on the mountaintops. So we'll select this snow material. And I don't want the snow to appear on slopes, so let's set the maximum slope to 10 degrees. And then we're going to set the minimum height to 75 meters. And then we'll press fill. And now we have these nice snow caps. So those settings will allow you to apply materials to pretty much any terrain, and it'll look good without a lot of effort. Finally, I'm just going to add a skybox here. And there's our terrain without a lot of effort. That was pretty easy to set up.